Hello friends. So in this video we will see how to record an unpaid invoice so you can track the accounts receivable status of that invoice in the coming days, months, and whenever you want to follow up with the customer for the payment of that invoice. So let's log in. Once you log in, on the menu you will go to create invoice sale. Select the date. So let's take a past date. Let's say the 15th of June. Let's see what invoice numbers were used on the 15th of June. Okay, there are many invoices on the 15th of June, so let's take the 16th of June. So on the 16th of June there are two invoices, so we will make the third invoice for our example. Let's take a random customer. Now these customers have already been created. For the invoice number 16 June, for example, 3/2023. For the sale type and the sale person, if you are tracking those parameters, then you can enter that accordingly. Now let's add an item to the invoice. So this is a salon and all these products are related to a salon. However, if you just want to track invoices, then you can just enter just one product. You can call it product one. So when you create a product, so here you will create a single group, call it group A. Under that you can create product 1. You can give it a product ID, call it product 1. Just give it an ID and then select the unit of measurement. And you can repeatedly use that same product. So here I have made multiple products because I am measuring those products. However, if you do not want to measure your products and just manage the accounts receivable for your invoices, then you can use that single product that you've created. And what will happen there is that you won't get your product analysis. You will just, since you're doing only accounts receivable for that matter, you will get your accounts receivable status on each invoice. So again, I have chosen haircut 1, quantity 1. Let's say I charge 300 for this. The other thing I would like to tell you is that this software does not calculate any GST. It has a discount option. So basically, if your invoice already has GST in it and you just want to use this for for the convenience of the cell phone, with the understanding how much GST you have given to the customer, then you will enter the total amount. So say for example, with GST, this invoice was, let's say for the sake of example, it's more in value, so 10,000, and the GST on that was 500. So 10,000 is the invoice value, 500 is the GST value. So I will add that here. It's adding the item to the invoice. There you can see it's added the item. Okay. So now, right now the software does not have any GST provision, and in the notes you will put 500 GST at whatever percentage you've charged. For example, let's say 18%. The math doesn't make sense, however, let's just focus on how this works. Okay, now so you've prepared this. If you have more items, you can add those accordingly. And this software supports up to a 10 line item invoice, so you can add 9 more such items. So now what I'll do is I'll go and I'll mark the payment status as unpaid. So this will make this invoice outstanding. I have two more options, full paid and part paid. Again, part paid will also make it an outstanding invoice. So here it's giving you the option. Total invoice amount is 10,500, 10,499. So I can select. I can say 5,000 is paid of by cash and 5,500 is unpaid. So this amount will go into um, your unpaid, and it will start tracking it by the number of days. I will show you how to view that report. So let's just make this unpaid for now. Okay. Invoice date is set, salesperson is set, invoice number is set as so and so. You can just roughly check the invoice to make sure it's correct. Okay. And we will go ahead and click on generate invoice. Okay. The invoice has been created and saved. So that was successful. Now what we'll do is we'll go to manage receivables ledger, this option on the menu, manage receivables. Now let's say I will take my receivables from March 1. I will select unpaid. I want to see all my unpaid invoices from that date till now. So that our invoice date was there as our invoice 16th of June. So it has been 16 days since we have issued that invoice and it has been unpaid. So when you are going to call your customer and tell them that this invoice is due, please pay up, that is completely up to you. However, this software will give you that information that all of these invoices are outstanding and you need to collect these by invoice number. And then the thing is that 10,500, okay, so you know this is outstanding. So the next step what you're going to do is you're going to go to manage saved invoice, update receipt. You're going to go here, you're going to filter by June. 16th June was the invoice number, and you will see that here. 16th June, there it is. So you select that, and as you can see, the notes we had entered 500 GST. So let's show this on invoice and view the in invoice format. So bill from details have not been set. So as you can see, bill to, invoice number, invoice date, and this is the product we had booked in. So this is giving you the details as to which invoice is outstanding and how much GST is included. So you immediately know 10,000 was your product amount or service amount and 500 was the GST related to that. So you can quickly check it on your phone and call the customer and tell the customer in case since you don't have the GST breakdown, you can explain to them the components of the invoice. So this is all available on your phone. So managing your accounts receivable becomes very simple. Also, you're not harassing the customer constantly to pay up. And of course, when the invoice is highly overdue, then you can chase the customer and ask them to pay up. So this was how you manage an account receivable, how you create. It's a very simple process. You create an invoice through your create invoice option, As I showed you, it's very simple to book the invoice, and then you view the accounts receivable status. Here in this table, you will select the date. I have booked invoices from March, so I have all of these out. I know which ones are outstanding. So this one is outstanding from the 3rd of March. I know the customer name, I know the amount. And this is more than 4 months old now. So I can really call this customer and tell them, listen, please pay up, etc. etc. He has another invoice due. Again, you wouldn't be doing this, you wouldn't be giving him more credit. That is completely up to your choice. And then you can also quickly view a customer's ledger. So this person Tom, I can quickly go, since I've been booking invoices since March, so I will select March and I can do a view ledger, and it will show me the entire ledger from that date to the date range I have selected, the invoice number, sale, any receipts, what was the receipt mode, and what is the total outstanding as on date. Okay, so I hope you have understood how to manage the accounts receivable using this software. I will be releasing other videos for other parts of how to use the software. Thank you, and I hope this will help you.